Well, sage advice indeed, but we are getting live here, right now with mavLP and Jason Jaso. As we're going to be getting started on Blood Covenant, we're going to be watching mavLP out of the gate as he's going to be getting control of Mega Health and making a very quick route over towards Railgun, trying to get a little bit of damage going off there. And he makes an initial rail hit, very nicely done. He does have a clutch to go up against here. He's got a lot of stack to burn through, but the rails are not going his way. And with very little proximity there, we're going to be seeing a first frag go over to Jaso's way.
Yeah, nice shooting by JSO. The initial rocket was well placed, and Mav went to peek over the ledge there, and he had a nice rocket in the corner. Used the terrain, didn't hit him direct, but it was good splash damage, and then followed up two well placed rails.
It's going to be another big fight here over the armor. It's going to be clutch on clutch, making the clash. As Jason's going to be going back up to the higher ground, making sure he's got control of the bridge. 13 seconds before Mega comes back up, and he's making sure that mid-map is his. He knows that Mav is back over, stuck a little bit on the armor side of the map without a whole lot to grab at this point. And of course, they both have a huge stack to burn through. But Jaso is also kind of losing his opportunity on the Mega. It was his by rights, but he dropped looking for Mav. Didn't find Mav, didn't find the Mega, but now he's going to be finding a fight that he's not really ready for. And what a beautiful mid-air rocket to kick things off for him there.
Yeah, what an error. That really was a tactical error. He had Mega pretty much sealed up. I mean, he had position. He was there first. He could have done whatever he really wanted to establish, good ground for that fight, and he just gave it up for free. And then, Mav came around the corner with the stack and blew him away. So yeah, good job by Mav. And just, a little miscue there by JSO, I think.
Oh, Jesus, LG is absolutely dangerous, but Jaso's down to 18 health, even taking away the recovery 25 down by the armor. He's not going to be able to find a clean way out of this fight. Kind of juking down with the dire orb, but he wants health, he wants armor. There's only 125 right below him, but he's going to need it. He really cannot afford to show up for this armor. He's going to be looking over it, though, looking for a 90 damage rail. He's actually kind of taking the bait, if bait it indeed it is. We've actually got Mav also down below, getting a lot of health out in the blood pool. But it's going to be another, well, again, a missed opportunity on the Mega here. Jaso is chasing for these fights, but he's not really stacked up. He's not really prepared for it. He's getting a lot of damage off. Oh, and he's able to get the rail as well. I mean, amazing play, but so risky having the little amount of stack that he had.
Yeah, very, very risky. Well, Mav kind of made a risk too, dropping down. He didn't have a shield up yet. And then I was a little surprised, the whole heavy armor exchange there.
Yeah.
A little surprised Mav wasn't right on top of that timing and was a little more aggressive there, but...
Oh, that rail.
And then even at the end,
everything off of Jaso, and he comes back in to steal away that armor. He can move very quickly, being a rare slash player, but he's going to need to stack back up. And even the play for armor, well, it's going to go over to him as they trade items. But coming up the jump pad, no, Mav is not going to take the bait. He's not going to fall for it, or not going to jump for it, rather, as Jaso will be taking the high ground once again and looking for this next fight. Nicely done. It's going to be a little bit awkward there on the Mega, but mavLP, he knows he wants it, he knows he needs it, he's going to get it as Jaso actually falls down, is hoping that his opponent follows him down here, but it's not going to be happening. All he can really hope for is a single rail on the armor. It's going to be baited out a little bit, though, and the damage is going to be trading. A nice 100 damage rocket coming out of him. Here comes the dire orb. Is he going to commit? Not so much, but now he can back off. It's still 13 seconds before Mega comes back up. We have a huge timer difference between these items, so every single one is potentially a fight.
Yeah, right now, both guys running back and forth. Oh, bad position there for Mav. Ate a lot of rocket damage there. Got to be careful going through that lower ground on the pillars when somebody's up above the rocket. You can't just keep your back turned to him like that.
Yeah, no way. It's going to be really touch and go here as 1 minute left, and mavLP, having only the one champ left over, has to make some action, make some damage happen so far. But it's going to be Jaso doing the bulk of the damage and the bulk of the chasing here. We've seen mavLP actually get away with a lot of items on a lot of situations. He, actually, truly to his own testament, has been able to manage to sneak away with. But other than that, he hasn't really been able to go on the aggressive here so much.
Yeah, but over time, that can get to you. I mean, even here he goes. That was a good shot, though.
Yeah.
He blew it there. I was for a second there. I thought, because even though he's been putting out the damage, Mav really has been controlling the items. You got to be careful because sometimes you can get caught up on doing better damage and winning these fights, but you're not really getting kills because he keeps getting all the items. The next thing you know, something goes wrong, and he's just got to be careful. Even though he won that round, I see 5 heavy armors to 2, 6 mega health to 2.
Yeah.
He's just He's just got to be careful and just make sure he runs those items a little better because things can turn really quickly in this game, as we've seen.
Absolutely, but he's had a moment for a little bit of a breather here, but it didn't last long as his Ranger got pulled down immediately on the railgun. Going for an early rail can be so dangerous if your opponent happened to spawn near the armor as well. But we actually have Jaso down below a little bit here. Oh, nice. A little bit of the play through the teleporter, looking for damage with the clutch, hoping to bank on the shield, but, you know, they both have that available. But here comes the LG from Mav, doing a ton of damage and knocking off a lot of that stack. But as you can see, Mav taking control of most of the items at this point. Jaso's going to be able to get a grab for the Mega. He's expecting a fight here. It's not going to be happening. In fact, Mav is looking for the response, the move through mid, to try to do any damage.
Yeah, nice move by Mav. I don't think Jaso was ready for that, for him to come through the portal that fast and change position on him.
Oh, jeez. Nice little trade there, but as they come into mid, yeah, they're just going to be backing off shield on shield. But the 100 damage rocket as he's coming up the jump pad, but damage or no, Mav is going to be turning that frag around.
Yeah, he knew he had the advantage in the stack and just came right up on him with that, so good frag. Oh, got to watch out for the slip gate and the LG here, though. I tell anybody who ever asks me, about this map, I always tell them, you got to be really careful strafe jumping down on that corridor down there. You coming around to just run right into somebody's LG stream or some rockets. It's just really easy to, or even rails. I mean, it's just really easy to line people up there, around that light armor and the lightning gun. This whole area here down here is just, you got to be really careful. Just nonchalantly strafe jumping. I mean, you're gonna just jump right into somebody's line of fire.
Yeah, it's all eyes and ears when you're down there, especially. But Jason was looking to set a trap instead of taking one, but he didn't really have a lot of information on Mav's position at that point. And in fact, they are missing each other, both literally and figuratively, quite a bit here. But Jaso is going to be once again leaving that Mega up. It's got to be frustrating. He's looking for the armor when the Mega's up and vice versa. He's losing out on a lot of these opportunities, and that's allowing that slash from Mav to stack back up. And it's going to be a fight down here in the blood pool. It's about to get a little bit fuller as they're looking for the shots, but left with 7 health, Jaso is able to kind of squeeze out of that fight and come back into it. But the amount of 25s on the map is kind of spread around, and Jason's going to have to cover a lot of ground to get back up to rail safety.
He needs to make sure he gets back for this. Oh, what? I didn't understand there. He had the wrong weapon out.
But the damage from Jaso is solid. Now we have mavLP on the run, or on the skate if you prefer. We have Mega taken away, and Jaso was again losing out these opportunities. But there's a beautiful one out of the teleporter, but that rocket beautifully placed, beautifully defended there from Mav. And he's looking for him out of the teleporter again. There's the rail to shut him down.
Nice. Yeah, nicely done. Just nicely done. Caught him with that rocket out of the portal. He was really hurting at that point. So Mav, he just cut off mid and doubled back. First make sure he doesn't go mid and doubled back and got the kill.
All right, so Mav kind of skating through, looking for the Mega. It's going to get it. They're both looking for these rails through the pillars, but not quite getting them. And actually, it looks like Jaso's waiting for an armor that's never going to come, but here's the fight. There's the Ghost Walk, and mavLP is going to be dodging away from one more rocket at least. As this fight still continues, they are not really willing to leave this one up. They are chasing each other, but it's going to be Mav with a bit of a stack advantage, especially after these rockets. Got him cornered, got him taken on down, and that'll tie it back up.
Yeah, good recognition there by Mav. One, he had the stack. So first he forced the Ghost Walk at the bottom of the pillars. And then, he went up, grabbed Mega, and he had the speed advantage, using the crouch slide. Caught right back up to him, forced an engagement. He had rocket launcher. I mean, it's just a good move on his part. All around, just good decisions. And he kept the pressure on him because he knew he had his man there, and he got the kill. So way to tie it up.
Well, you can see a little bit of that respect changing here as, for once, mavLP sees Jaso off the spawn and decides not to push in for it. But he might get a little bit stuck here and walks right into the rocket. Beautifully placed, as that will be Jaso taking the first frag here. Still enjoying the clutch v clutch. We don't get to see that matchup too often. But again, they've been so willing to just battle it out and have somebody die no matter what. I'm looking for more traps here, and I'm sure Jaso is as well.
Yeah, another fast start to the round. I mean, Mav's got to work on trying not to die maybe in the first 20 seconds. It definitely helped him out in this game here.
Yeah. So
I mean, he's kind of pushing a little early. I mean, you really don't need to take a gamble. In the first 30 seconds of a match, unless you really have somebody. I don't like giving up an early frag like that,
I don't think anybody does, but Jaso's not willing to give up the armor either. He was somewhat railable, but he was able to get the pickup at a good point, but it's going to be about meeting at Mega at this at this juncture. We're going to be seeing that clutch come up the jump pad. A little bit of damage. There's the mega grab, as well as shields popping up as they both kind of have that standoff once again. But it's going to be rockets coming back out as both shields get dropped. Nice little fake on the jump pad. That opened him up to one more rocket and make that two more rails. The math is, and damage is definitely in Jason's hands right now. Looking for him to cross the street and able to rocket him down. Once again, it's the lifeline on Flash here for mavLP.
Yeah, Mav really had nowhere to go there. He was just super low, and Jaso knew it. He's just waiting, you know, is he going super shotgun side or lightning gun side? It really didn't matter.
And walking into a rail as he tried to move in for Mega. Again, a lot of it is about awareness, and Jaso is just enjoying the frag lead and now the round lead.
Prepare to fight. Round begins.
So one more breather here for Mav.
2, 1.
But it doesn't have too many of those left here on Blood Covenant. Still going to be following Jaso as we get started on the Mega. It's going to be a little bit light on weapons, but we have Mav down by armor instead. Trading off items, if not weapons at this point. But Jaso's getting that first rocket launcher, wants to make sure he's using that to his advantage while he has it. But there's the rail from Mav. Can he make the close range hits? Well, Jaso's going to make sure that he doesn't have the opportunity. It's going to be a really messy fight, one that could end with a frag from Jaso, but a lot of damage done by Mav. He might be a little bit weak.
Again, that early frag.
Yeah.
He just can't seem to win that first battle.
Well, against a bully clutch like that, it's no small feat. But that window of opportunity that Mav had, knowing that Jaso took so much damage in that fight, has now closed. And even though he doesn't have a ton of armor, they're going to be pretty even on the health. And Jaso is still using that shield very aggressively, making sure that mavLP has to decide between, well, an armor or surviving.
Yeah, we'll see how this play over Mega Health goes. I'd be surprised if we don't see a conflict over this.
So Jason moving back over to Mega, and there's a surprise up the jump pad he wasn't looking for, and he wasn't looking for that rocket either, but he got both, and it's going to be Mav getting the frag, and for the first time in a while, evening things back up here 1-1.
And nice ambush by Mav. You can see Jaso had no idea. He was just waiting to come up that pad, and he came up with rockets and just landed some good ones. Took him out of his,
so ballsy.
Instantly.
But at the end of that shield run, he's knocked down to 12 health. He was one nail away, and he's going to be looking for it. Mav, indeed, is going to be helping Jaso out a little bit there with the suicide. We're down to Slash, and not only is this round point now, but this is map point. But Jaso's still weak. He's looking for him up the jump pad, but that damage down to 16 for Slash, and Mav has got to get out of there just to survive. It's going quiet here for just a moment.
Gotta be careful, you know, you're getting aggressive off the spawn point like that. I know he felt like his man is low, but you gotta understand during that time you're spawning and running after them. He's running around trying to pick up stuff and rebuilding his stack. And he got there a little too late, picked up Mega Health, and now you're in bad position with a super nail gun. So you just gotta, think about, how quickly you can get there and what you actually have a chance to challenge.
And he's doing some work with that nail gun, but he's still taking enough damage where he's got to be kind of scouting around for these poverty items. He's getting back up to 100 health, getting a couple of those small armors, and this one down here could indeed be trapped. Mav is looking for a clean way out, and when you're Slash, you can make those clean way outs, no problem. Very nice movement, and we have synced items on both the armor and the Mega, so this could indeed slow things down a little bit, as each player will just trade items, going, all right, you go get Mega, I'm going to recover on armor, and we'll talk about this later.
Well, Mav has the speed advantage right now, so he can definitely use that to put more pressure. I mean, he's going to have to. I mean, he's a frag down. He's got 2 minutes left. He's not in a terrible spot. He can make this happen. He's just got to make a good play here.
Oh, I'm sure he wanted to see something out of that teleporter, but he got stuck on the wall there a little bit, avoiding the dire orb, but it's actually an opportunity for Rockets. He's so weak here, he could take the 25s, but it's not enough against the LG, and that is going to be map point for JSO.
Yeah, nice slip gate. Really caught Mav, because he shot that rail. So because he shot the rail and he was caught in the reload time, the slip gate was really perfectly timed because he came in and, I mean, he was really just stuck there with the rail gun in his hand. And ideally, if he didn't shoot that rail, I know Mav was thinking, if only I didn't shoot that rail, because he maybe would have slip gated, right in front of him into a rocket launcher, which would have been much more better advantageous for Mav. But because he shot the rail, it was a good play from Jaso. It's just one of those things that just shows you in the split second, that decision whether he fires or not fires, or whether he took a more defensive posture with the rocket launcher, and same thing for Jaso, right? Reading the situation. Do I slip gate or do I not slip gate? You know, if he doesn't fire that rail, maybe Jaso doesn't take that slip gate right there. But because he did it, he knew like, oh, you know, he can't fire for him, and I'm going to get in there and get in his face. And so nice play from Jaso.
We're seeing two players here, and I think you're absolutely right, where they're both willing to dive into a fight that, you know, mathematically isn't really to their favor, but as you can see, a lot of the pure skill is kind of showing it out there. But again, it's a gamble, and it gets my heart rate up every time I see it. But we're going to be going over to Ruins of Sarnath, where things potentially can slow down a little bit, and you're going to see more traps and more emphasis on the item control. On Blood Covenant, you have so many of those fights happening like right on the Mega, right on the armor, and you still see a little bit there in Sarnath, but you have so much more distance to cover, so you go, all right, he's got that Mega, maybe I can take a rail and I can get out of here without really risking my entire champion over that one item.
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of conflict always seems to me in the Mega Health room more than heavy armor, because heavy armor is, you know, you're kind of down there, call it the swamp, you know, you're down there in the muck, and it's like it's not a good position to be in. You know, you kind of want to, I mean, it's great to pick up the armor, but you don't want to stay there long unless you're really setting an ambush for somebody else to come down there. So yeah, I think the Mega Health, especially because of, you know, the easy routes in terms of the other parts of the map that you can get to from the Mega Health area, make it a critical area. Not to mention the rocket launchers over there, and it's, you know, if you're running around in this game without a rocket launcher, you come around the wrong corner at the wrong time. I mean, with another guy with a rocket, you're toast, man. So it's really dangerous to be straight jumping around without one, in my opinion.
Absolutely, but as we get started here, Mav is going to be taking a lot of damage. Even though he got some pretty good routing on the items, it's going to be Jaso as an Anarchy just going incredibly fast and chasing him down, making sure that none of these items are going to be for free, even taking a rail as he tries to move through the armor. Mav is going, all right, man, come on, really? That wasn't going to be a fight? Didn't need to happen. But man, the rocket to rail in Anarchy is just so fragile. You know that JSO was feeling good about that fight. He had done the damage. He had put mavLP on the back leg, but mavLP defending like a champ.
Yeah, some clutch shooting right there. That's all that was.
We're about to see a lot more clutch shooting coming out of JSO here, at least for a little bit.
Man.
He knows that Mav is still so weak, and he is just working for this. What a grind that was. But JSO was still able to even it back up.
Yeah, a little surprised Mav decided to stick around. You know, he figured, oh, I'm stacked. I'm going to wait for the shield. You know, I'm going to ride it out. But while he was riding out the shield timer, you know, JSO's putting in work. He's putting in damage. Oh, my gosh, would have come back, though. These guys are, I mean, just, it reminds me, I can't remember what match yesterday, but we're seeing rounds go in 90 seconds or on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen some, and this is what I really like about Quake Champions Duel. The pace of the match is entirely dictated by the players. We've seen matches go into overtime for 11 minutes at a time in extreme situations, but here, these guys are just clawing at each other's throats.
Prepare to fight.
Nice job. Nice bounce back round for Mav. I mean, he closed it out in a minute 30. I mean, other than that little, you know, play down there by heavy armor, where I'm sure he wished he had back. You know, he's probably like, damn that clutch shield. You know what I mean? But still a good round. He got the win there. It's off to a good start. Needs to get back in this match with the win here.
The rundown is finally punished as mavLP is going, wait, I have a dire orb. If you want to run at me, great. I'm just going to go for the telefrag, and beautifully done. Anarchy, so easy to burn through there, as mavLP holding on to that Ranger for a little bit, but items are gone, and this is going to be a really awkward position for Mav because he knows how aggressive JSO wants to be. In fact, he's still coming out of there. He's got a rail. He's coming up the jump pad like he doesn't even care that Mav is standing on the Mega, so Mav is going to try to get this Mega and maybe get out of this fight.
Yeah, he's going to grab Mega, and now he's going to run. Even though he could have gone, he's doing for control here. Yeah, he could have gone for a kill there, but he wants control. Just the safer, more conservative mental play there. I'm
not sure if it's nerves that are showing, but you could see in Mav's movement there that he was like, all right, are you going to chase me? I'm ready for it this time. I'm not going to just turn around and expect you to be, you know, intelligent about this. I'm scared now.
Oh, man.
And rightfully he is. Jeez.
Well, that was interesting because I think Mav made a calculation that his shield would be down. However, Jaso used his shield over there by the rocket launcher and ran a route without even looking. I know he went over there and grabbed the hourglasses and got his shield back up as quickly as possible, which threw Mav's timing off. So it really did threw his timing off, and he came back with the shield again, and Mav thought he didn't have the shield up, and yeah. So Nice play by Jaso here, actually.
And just like in Blood Covenant, it comes down to a clutch on Slash situation as JSO is pulling out the shield, taking away the Mega, and now looking to bully Slash into an early grave. Looking for that last ray around the corner, and now Jaso's got Mav in a pretty bad position. Mav's going to be able to cross the map, but he's trying to come through Railgun. A beautiful trap, perfectly set by Jaso.
Yeah, Jaso just looking for that one rail, you know, the fall away rail as he's you know, going to go to the heavy armor, and just caught Mav, you know, coming around that corner. That was going to be his last shot, you know, and he was gonna jump down. So nice, Jaso really that was a good comeback round for him. And this is, you guys are really going at it, man.
Absolutely. In fact, it's a bit of a breakneck pace, but both of their necks are breaking at this point as, again, he just grabs a rail and is going in for it. I mean, he's making the hits to make this consistently, you know, threatening, but mavLP is trying desperately to slow this map down. He's got that Ranger ready to go. It's 8 seconds before Mega comes back up, but he is putting himself in these places where he is just open to these rails, and he's kind of cutting himself off from the items as well. He's going to have a really tough time making a move to Mega at this point. It's going to be completely free for Jaso, and that might turn into an armor for Mav, but getting out of there is not going to be easy.
And both guys just positioning both items, you know, heavy items on the same timer, so they can be as passive as they want right now. So it's up to them to make something happen.
And you can tell that Jaso wants it here. Here's the initial rocket, 1 damage rocket, a little bit of a dink there, but Jaso's ready to turn it into more as he's coming around this corner, just buying as much space as he can with the splash damage from the rockets before moving back in for Mega. And he's going to be able to hear armor that time. I was actually kind of expecting a fight there at the nail gun, but it looks like Mav juked out the other way. Jaso was expecting it as well. Nice. He's coming back in for it, but he's going to be walking right into a ton of LG. Fortunately, he's got the 7s to back off against him as well, and that'll take down that Anarchy. He's been leading in with this Anarchy every time, and it just leaves him in a kind of a worrisome state in terms of stack, no matter how many items he takes.
Oh, that's really aggressive.
Jeez. That
really aggressive.
Shotgun.
I mean,
it's Ranger season.
Yeah, you know, I know Mav's thinking, you know, he's off the pad, he doesn't have a lot of weapons, but I mean, he didn't have the greatest stack in the world either. Maybe take a long range rail as he's there, you know, and just have a position where he can back off and maybe be in position to fight for Mega later, because you know the clutch was already pretty damaged, especially if he would have landed a rail as he left. I don't know. I mean, these guys have been really aggressive the whole time, so yeah. It's obviously you know, part of their style. My style has always been a little more careful.
Yeah, no kidding. And I think both players are starting to realize that that might be the way to go. Jaso, though, feeling pretty good about his stack. He's got at least the 1 round of control as the timers are now in his favor a little bit more. Circling the map, looking for a little bit of a trap on Mav before moving back in towards Mega. But if Mav plays his cards right, he could indeed cut him off from that Mega. But it's hard to cut somebody off when they've got a shield. But it's shield on shield once again as Mega's taken away, and he can back up towards armor. He's looking to flood that hallway with a few more rockets, seeing if Jaso wants to go in for the stairway drop. There it is. It's going to be stairway on stairway. But Mav's going to be staring at a nasty rocket, 79 damage. And right now they're so even that they cannot afford to take too many of these for free. Man, this LG though. Holy crap. Knowing that there's no shield available for Mav, knowing that they're both going to have about the same timer, so that was the time to push in, the time to get the fight, and the time to make this a slash game for mavLP once again.
Yeah, Jaso just, you know, had a nice ambush, got his sights on him first. And as we've seen, you know, lightning gun into a clutch. I mean, just right there, lightning gun into a clutch. You're not going to miss.
Yikes. Oh, that was... This fight doesn't need to be here. And both of them know it, but Jaso's going to be getting the round. 2-1 now.
Nice little spawn and slip gate throw from Jaso. You know, he stole the heavy armor there. Mav thought he was going to come in and get it after the kill. And, you know, he took it from him and, you know, did some nice shotgun work.
Absolutely. So Mav will be spawning at LG this time, going in for a rail before diving down for armor. But again, JSO is right on his butt. Mav's looking for a way back out to Mega. It should be taken away by Jaso here pretty soon. Now he's just looking for the Dire Orb. He's going to pop up, and the aggression is back, but so is the LG. Looking for that rail, and that switch has cost him dearly, as he hasn't made the frag, obviously, but also he didn't take much of that Mega off of Jaso.
Yeah, desperation rail there. He knew he was toast. He was hoping to land one. Maybe it would kill him. It wouldn't have killed him, but he was just hoping to land one there in desperation. He knew he was dead.
So Jason knows that once again,
Nice
Clutch
lightning
is coming his way, and he comes around that corner just at the wrong time, and that'll even up the frags here once again. It's been such a consistent play here.
You know, the consistent play has been like one of these guys kills one. It seems like they're going to get control, and the other guy comes right back off the spawn and just rushes and gets a kill of his own.
And
it's very fast paced, these two.
Absolutely, and then it's clutch v clutch all day here, but it's going to be LG on LG, and Jaso's going to be nailed on down, nailed to the wall indeed, as we once again have Jaso knocked down to that Ranger. mavLP's trying to stay in the game here and trying to make this a 2-map win. He's got a long way to go. So Jaso's going to be up top. Mav's looking for the chase on the Mega, expecting to find Jaso there for the fight, but Jaso's still running away. In fact, coming over the wall, and there's a few surprise rockets. Good response on the shield to keep that surprise from turning into a deadly one, and he's looking for a bit of response damage of his own.
Precise.
Nice.
Oh, nice place to rocket. Mav looking, wow, what a match here.
Prepare
What
to
a route,
fight.
what a match.
It's one of the first
Guys
times
really
we've
going back
seen
and forth.
him completely get the drop on
Round
him
begins in
and not take any damage in response,
3,
so nicely done.
2, 1, fight.
Not an option.
So Mav spawning down by Armor, which gives you a few options. It gives you easy access to LG and Rail, but it's never all that safe. So you can see the hairs on his neck standing up as he's expecting a fight from Jaso. But he's created a little bit more room as Jaso's taken away Mega and Rocket Launcher instead. mavLP coming upstairs. He's going to be wondering which corner Jaso's going to be around. He's got to be careful here. Jaso almost had the drop on him, but is ducking back around the corner, looking for the spam shots to push mavLP back out of Mega. But he's also pushing out of Mega himself. This opens things up, especially with the Dire Ore possibility. And there's the drop down to Armor. It's going to be so dangerous. And he's wondering if he should even stick around and take it.
Man.
With 15 health, 7 health. That shotgun once again.
So aggressive.
It's Deja Vu taken on down.
Yeah, really aggressive pushing there. I mean, I know he probably would have got the kill. I mean, I know he was really low, but going in for the rail, I mean, I understand what he's thinking too. Is he just lands the shot. It's whoever lands first, and he's willing to take that risk. So, good aggression. I mean, from both guys. These guys are really aggressive with how with their play styles.
Jason's actually backing up here for the first time in a long time as Armor comes back up. So good timing for him as he's spamming off on the stairs. And mavLP is going, yeah, I know you're down there. I'm going to see if you come back up, and I'm actually not going to die for once. Especially as Mega's coming back up. Nice rails coming out, and he's looking for the chase on the LG. That's going to be a lot of hurt. Look at this. I can't even see Jason's health bar here. He's looking for the machine gun, and beautiful enemy awareness there from mavLP as he's able to take down that Anarchy.
Yeah, nice weapon switch. Didn't try to hit him with the rail or anything. Just hit him with the machine gun. He had 1 health. I mean, just hit him with anything.
Well, I'm hoping to see a few more fights out of these guys because we haven't seen a shield-on-shield gauntlet fight from Clutch just yet, and I would love to see that happen.
Wow, some clutch shotgun work there for Jaso to get that kill. Down to 26 health.
All right, so we're seeing Mav back over on Slash here. Oh, narrowly avoiding that rail. Didn't even know he was back there, but, you know, hearing that rail collide is a bit of a clue. Mega's going to be back up. They're going to be looking at opposite ends here. mavLP is trying to make it safe with the Slash play. Still 7 seconds before Armor comes back up. He's a little bit light here, but he's got every weapon he needs to defend this pickup. He's just checking the jump pad first.
Yeah,
but he missed out on the timing for it.
Oh, he didn't go for it. Wow.
Yeah.
Big, because Jaso was not there. Still not there.
But it's still up. Jaso's assuming that Mav already got it, and
it's going to be a kill here.
It's going to be an easier frag for him because of it. Nicely done. GG's called out.
As soon as he got, that first 100 damage rocket, and then with the shield up, that just sealed the deal. That was GG.